Let's read The Schmutzy Family, a book provided by PJ Library, written by Madeline Rosenberg, illustrated by Paul Mizell, and read by Janet Newman. First thing Sunday morning, the Schmutzys rolled up their jeans and went wading in the malodorous Feldman swamp. Mama Schmutzy didn't even raise an eyebrow, even though a little bit of swamp followed the children home. On Monday, the Schmutzys made 24 mud pies and topped them off with Uncle Moe's private stock of Limburger cheese. Mama Schmutzy didn't so much as wrinkle her nose. On Tuesday, the Schmutzys decided that tomato sauce made a fine addition to any piece of clothing. It dotted Sarah Schmutzy's tutu. It spotted baby Schmutzy's overalls and ears. But Mama Schmutzy didn't even or not even when they entered their blue period. And Mama didn't squirm on Wednesday when the Schmutzy children hunted for earthworms in Papa's garden. When Izzy Schmutzy brought a bucket of the biggest earthworms into the kitchen, all Mama said was, "Don't forget to wipe your feet." Then she went back to preparing pasta salad. She didn't blink on Thursday when the children put makeup on Irving, or when they watered Papa Schmutzy's scalp to see if hair would grow, or when they decided that pineapple wallpaper would look better with bananas and strawberries, pears, grapes, oranges, kiwis, and a leftover meatball. And when they turned the sink into a natural habitat for frogs and other amphibians, it was Mama who plugged the drain. Early Friday morning, the Schmutzys played Leap Over the Cow Pie in a muddy pasture owned by Farmer J. W. Leibowitz. This time, Mama Schmutzy raised both eyebrows, dropped 5 pounds of potatoes, and smacked her forehead. "Oi, look at this dirt! You're verstunken, all of you, and it's nearly Shabbat. We can't bring in Shabbat smelling like cows." Late Friday morning, the Schmutzys decided it was time to be not so schmutzy. They unstuck and unstunk and unswamped and unpainted. They reburied the earthworms. They freed the frogs. They soaped, they scoured, and they showered. Then they helped Mama Schmutzy braid the challah and set the table for 12. On Friday night, when they covered their eyes to say the prayer over the candles, their hands were clean. When they ate Shabbat dinner, only 2 cups of grape juice and a lot of crumbs from Aunt Pearl's apple cake landed on the sparkling tablecloth. And when they sang sweet songs to welcome the Sabbath, nobody thought about mud pies or cows. On Saturday morning, the Schmutzys walked to the synagogue in shoes so shiny they squeaked, and with smiles so bright they glowed. It was Sunday again. The Schmutzy children grabbed their binoculars and went exploring. Just before lunch, they discovered a puddle as big as Lake Mohonk. How many days until Friday? Mrs. Schmutzy sighed. Then she yelled loudly, so loudly you could hear her in New Jersey, "Cannonball!"